Yeah, I had some vodka last night. I'm feeling a bit rat shit, but that's what happens when you go to bed at 4 in the morning and you had vodka and I had whiskey too. Yeah, it just helps the engine start up when I'm heading out to space. A bit of vodka. See those movies when they put the vodka or the whiskey in the plane and it flies them home. Yeah. No, it's just no, I slept alright. It's just I feel a bit bit rat shit. I was just going to explain how the whole thing I said in that video is just a natural phenomenon. Really, it's just a natural phenomenon. It's totally a natural phenomenon, really. I had it worked out what I was going to say before. Now I feel like throwing up. But, I'll be alright. Just a coffee and I don't smoke, but instead of a cigarette, I'll have a piece of toast. That's like you got to toast it like the toaster. So it's like having a cigarette, isn't it? Except more healthy and a bit of butter, bit of jam. So coffee and a piece of toast is what I do. I don't do cigarettes. It's bad for the environment and the situation. But I did have a lot of chocolate ripple biscuits last night. They tend to bit seedy. But yeah, I just want to explain my video how it's just mostly a totally natural phenomenon. So really, not many people know this. Elvis was a little blonde boy, was born and went to Hawaii and had a good time with the lay girls, and ended up a bit darker and a bit more Hawaiian looking. And it's a long story, long backstory. And looked just like me when I was born. I looked the same when I was a little boy. I never slept with a little lay girl, so or had fun or whatever they did. So I look a bit different. I've been through the hell in my life. I look a bit different. I don't look the same. But my spirit's the same, and it grew. And when I was Elvis, I was virgining on the superpower. So close. But I was disappointed I couldn't sort of get to where I wanted to be. I didn't sort of understand that, but I wanted to be some kind of... I thought through all worship and everything. It wasn't just me, it was all the entourage behind me willing me on to be some kind of god or something. When it didn't happen, I was sort of dismayed, but I've mentioned this before. When I was on my deathbed, I remember seeing Jesus in my mind, and I could see we're all going to come together into one being again, sort of. I sat there and smiled and died, and yeah, that's just before I was born, a few months or a few weeks before I was born. So, yeah. So when I came back, that's when I got that demigod power. It sort of all reformed and combined into a demigod, which is natural because I couldn't be born a god because my parents are both human. So a god can't be born from human beings. It has to be born from gods. Otherwise, You know, they don't have the power to give birth to a god. You know, it has to be a demigod, so it has to be a human being that's born with the power behind it, or the love, or the spirit, or the work. Really, it's kind of work, I guess, is the work and power of a demigod behind the human being. That's why I was born that way, you know. It's more of just potential, really. I never had to go through any sort of challenges to become anything. I just could have just fallen in love and had a beautiful romance, which would have provided sort of my spirit would have grown into this beautiful sort of provider for our love, you know. And instead, it's been assaulted and abused and neglected and everything done to it. Because at that moment, the rave party, when, you know, I was assaulted and thought I died and lost my ego and was told I was dead, and, you know, just got a shock and a fright, and my chakra blew out in my stomach, and I realized I was spiritual, and saw in a moment my soul was kind of God or a Superman or something. I shot back and then terrified, sort of ran off, sort of immediately, like I was out of control. But really, I was following my spirit, and I didn't realize that was what was in charge. You know, I thought I was a fleshy little body in charge of my life, but it was this spiritual sort of story. I started following it, and it was almost like I was out of control, sort of automaton. You know, just flying around. Everyone else are like doing the same thing, and I just realized they're all sort of just, you know, not puppets, but like just automatic, just doing what we're told, almost, you know. And slowly I calmed down, but it was through neurosis for a long time, just absolute heartbreak, terror, sickening fear and neurosis, and you know, I discovered all this stuff. It should have been through love. It should have been the moment I really tore my heart open for my wife and loved her and embraced her into my world. And instead, it was like the world was trying to tear into me and attack me. And so it was it was a shocking experience, but I got through it. But in that moment is when the earth got the message to the core of the earth to divide. So after a long time, you know, I built up enough strength, enough power from another dimension to shift Earth and its experience off its place and build a space station, you know. So that's what I did. And it's almost like it was a warning that there was something wrong, you know, that had to be fixed, and that's what caused my love life not to work out. Because love should just happen. It shouldn't be a choice. It should be almost a destiny, you know, that you both share, that you don't have a choice, because that's for a romance. It's a sacrifice you both make to give up your life with everyone else to share it for each other, you know. And in a way, you get everything back at the end, but you have to make that initial sacrifice to each other to say, I'm going to share my life with this person for the rest of my life, for eternity. And it didn't happen to me. I really wanted it to, and by the time I met her, I couldn't do it. I sort of did it in spirit, but not in my body, you know. It was a very sad time for me, and I went through a lot of pain, a lot of heartbreak, that it didn't work out the way I'd planned. And so I did the next best thing. I just followed my destiny, and it was to rejuvenate Earth and start again. So that's what I did, and because I'm a kinder person, I didn't blow up the Earth and start again. I decided to turn it into something new, a creation that you could enjoy if you're a good person, and which is naturally, you know, what happens. Good people are rewarded for their work, and the ones that don't care, and the ones that just want to hurt, and the ones that damage things and destroy things have to give their life up to repair it and put it back how it should be, you know, how it should be, and right their wrongs, you know. Otherwise, the world wouldn't exist if evil people were rewarded, because evil is an empty death. There's nothing in evil. It's just a wanton desire to serve the dark master of death. That's all it is. And you can't serve two masters. You can't serve life and death. You have to serve one or the other. So you either end up worshipping death and thinking death's the answer and dying, or you worship life and thinking life is worth living for. So you go for one or the other. You can't really serve both, because they're different journeys. So it's like saying, I'm going to go to Cairns and I'm going to go to Tasmania at the same time. You can't really do that. You got to try and do one or the other. I'm not saying one's evil. I'm just saying they're two different journeys. Life and death are two different journeys. You choose a path. You choose evil and die, or you choose life and go to God or heaven, or a better life. So yeah, that's why all that happened. It's a natural occurrence when something's kind of rejected, or it's like when the power is rejected. If it's strong enough, it'll find a way to survive if it really wants to, and do the work it needs to propagate its life in a positive way. So that's what I've done. And Earth wouldn't have survived otherwise. It would have died. So it's been rejuvenated into a new life, so we can go back and see the Earth how it was. We'll enjoy civilization and seeing the dinosaurs and seeing the world reborn, and hopefully sort of from an objective viewpoint where we're just observing, not really damaging the environment. But eventually, once we know that we can be responsible, we can just blend in. The animals will accept us. Once we understand we don't have to fear them or anything, we'll have superpower. We won't care. We'll be able to do anything. Fred Flintstone can push rock wheels up a friggin' hill with his legs. He's a Superman. He won't feel it. He just zip up. It's just something to sit on while he's going along. It's like a little push cart for a kid. So I'm hoping it will be really authentic by the time I've finished, and other people are cotton on that it's a good thing and it's nothing to worry about, nothing to fear. It's just like it's like being inspired by an artist and going and doing your work as well, and it's sort of similar, but it's your own thing. It's sort of being inspired by a great artist, and that's what it is. It's a work of art I'm working on. So I just desire a bit of rest and that of a night, so I can relax and rest. And I shouldn't probably drink so much, I get a bit bored at home. So but yeah, I need to get out today and have a bit of sun and work off a few K for my tummy and have a shave, and I might shout myself a haircut. Why not? So I'd love a hairdresser for a girlfriend. Then that'd be good. Just free haircuts. I'd give her massages. She'd give me haircuts. I'm good at massages. Nothing like a caring person holding your head, giving you a good haircut, It's a nice feeling. I've had one really good haircut in my life that this girl did in Kilmore, and I really enjoyed it. I can't remember her name. She had a Kilmore hairdresser. I hit on her too, but I didn't follow up. I felt some guy watching me. I thought, I won't do anything. I should have gone back, but never mind. I had a feeling she didn't really like me or something. Maybe I should have tried harder. I don't know. Didn't happen. She looked like a Jess, but I don't know if she was a Jess. Might have been something. Do another video later. I've had a shave and a bit of a jog, and I can't really jog at the moment. My feet are sore. Trying to heal them up. Maybe a bike ride. Take my bike for a spin. After I've had some water, cleansed out this alcohol. Gosh, I need a couple of olive leaf tablets. They cleanse out toxins, which boosts the immune system. That's what kills the immune system, toxins. So if the toxins bond to these little olive leaf, and it sort of comes out of your system and cleanses it out, so you feel your immune system burst to life again. Mine feels like I'm going to get a cold and throw up, but it's just I'm suffering a bit of toxicity from alcohol. So sort of what a hangover is. You've worked your body too hard with stimulants, and then you're exhausted in your brain, and we shouldn't exhaust ourselves thinking alcohol is gonna. I don't think that way. I don't medicate. I just enjoy the taste of it. I like the drink, but I shouldn't have it so frequently, I guess. I haven't bought any new ones. I'm nearly out, and I think I'll leave it that way. Have a rest for a while. I'm putting on too much weight again. I was looking good for a while, But yeah, it's perfectly a natural phenomenon what happened, really. It's like your Christ or your world leader or whatever you want to call your creator suffers that, when he should be married, have his family around him, have a nice community. Instead, I've had to regenerate the world, to start again, because it wouldn't have survived. It would have died if it wasn't for me. So I've saved a lot of little moments have been there to resolve peace where there would have been fighting. There's probably moments someone was going to put their finger on the button, and I've just said, no, just leave it go, Just see what will happen, I've said that in the back of my thoughts somewhere to someone, and they've thought, oh, maybe we won't push the button today, And I pushed the button in a way and shed the skin off the cosmos, and it wasn't that hard, because once you're that big, it's like two little dots of sand to me, the planets, and I just shifted them away and into a bubble and built a bit of a skin around it and shot it into space, and it hurtled. It's still going through space. We're still traveling at about 300 light years. I can't remember the speed. What do you say? 300. Light years a second or something. I can't think of it right now. Someone will understand. Look it up. It's fast though. It's like the speed of an atom going through space. We're almost inside of an atom, just going bang through space. And a little capsule. I'm like this little electron or a little neutron just flying around it, sort of doing stuff, and then I fly back again, and it's cool. I don't like thinking of it like that, because it makes you feel too small and insignificant, doesn't it? But that's just to give you perspective of how easy it is to shift the world off a huge gas giants, and it didn't take much effort really. By the time I was so big, I could just move it off, But it gives us a chance to. So we're isolated here inside of basically deep space, inside of just a Death Star. And it's a hard concept to understand that I can shift all that reality into another sphere and move it away. Nothing to worry about, You can go back one day when the Earth's all rejuvenated and all those, solar systems and things in Andromeda and everything are repaired, and we've got all our planets back and everything's fine, Doesn't mean we destroy this one. We got to take care of this as well. This is to learn to be good, to not do those things again, try and blow up our planets. And they discredit Pluto as a planet. That's a planet. It's not to be damaged. And this is our little space to learn to be good and take care of things. And, we needed a safe place, because the world was a very volatile place, and a bit of safety, a safe zone to exist in, to learn. I realised the Matrix was a learning experience, to go through and safely learn all the things you need to know to be a champion, to go back to Earth, all Superman, and it was our time to evolve, and this is how it's happened. So it's named after me, Evolve, after Evo. Anyway, have a good day and have a barbecue. Oh, hello. Oh yeah, man, a barbecue. Something that's nice on a barbecue is for vegetarians. Yeah, there's lots of nice things. I always enjoy one of those shazlik things, a kebab with capsicum, onion, tomato, and you can put that tofu or curd cheese or something on those for vegetarians, having a bit of protein. Or whatever on it, I don't think eggplant's that nice on a barbecue. I mean, some people eat it, but probably corn. Corn's nice, just roasted on a barbecue, or some nice onions or tomatoes roasted, or what else? I'm trying to think. It's probably anything like you would. If you have space, you can put some sliced potatoes. They're nice, just sliced up, and then put them on thin and roast them and into like chips, and like sweet potato chips are nice on a barbecue. Just rings, they're nice. They cook a bit better than potatoes, I think. They go a bit soft. Yeah, you don't have to have meat on a barbecue. It can be anything. Just make sure if you've got vegetarian guests to clean it very well, because they don't like the flavour of meat. So you can always put down foil and cook it on top of foil, so you're not touching the meat part. I think it cooks pretty well on a bit of foil. Yeah, anyway, have a good day. It's a nice day. I want to go and enjoy it and have a shave and clean myself up a bit. I'm not Krusty the Clown, but I feel crusty or something. Alright, see ya.